in the year 2000, after a mild British winter, that Charles Onions, a journalist writing in Britain's left-leaning Independent newspaper, claimed categorically that, quote, Britain's winter ends tomorrow, with further indications of a striking environmental change. Snow is starting to disappear from our lives. Onions went on to write, sledges, snowmen, snowballs, and the excitement of waking up to find that snowy stuff has settled outside are all a rapidly diminishing part of Britain's culture. Onions had no doubt where the blame for this striking environmental change lay, writing confidently that, quote, global warming, the heating of the atmosphere by increased amounts of industrial gases, is now accepted as a reality by the international community. And he then famously quoted Dr. David Viner, a senior research scientist at the Climate Research Unit at the University of East Anglia, who claimed that within a few years, this was 2000, remember, the year 2000, within a few years, snowfall will become a very rare and exciting event and, quote, children just aren't going to know what snow is. So let's twiddle our thumbs and then check out that claim 23 years later today. Whoops, so much for Charles Onions and Dr. Viner's adamant predictions. Looks like these British children, currently frolicking in the freezing springtime snows of Great Britain, certainly do know what sledges, snowballs and snowmen look like. And the weird, snowy, cold stuff is not going to disappear anytime soon, according to the BBC. Snow began to spread to the south early on Wednesday morning, they said, with Met Office meteorologist Alex Burkill saying people should, quote, expect to wake up to snow if they live on higher ground. The BBC weather forecast predicted minus 13 degrees Celsius at the town of Aviemore in the Scottish Highlands, while a blistering minus 15 degrees in some sheltered glens is expected. According to the Daily Mirror, snow and ice was blanketing the land as the Met Office issued a 5-day weather alert and the National Grid fired up its emergency coal stations. Yes, kiddies, you heard that right. Coal had to come to the rescue when it's cold. The coldest night of the year so far, apparently, with schools being forced to close due to treacherous, snowy conditions. Guess they missed out on their global warming lessons this week. The UK Health Security Agency issued a cold weather alert and placed North East England, North West England and Yorkshire under a level 3 alert, with the rest of England at level 2. The Met Office issued weather warnings for 4 days as Arctic winds brought a sharp change in conditions. An alert for snow and ice covered Scotland and the northeast, with southern and central England also under a similar warning. Remember, this isn't winter in Britain, this is springtime, normally associated with daffodils and budding blossom. But, we were told we would never see snow again. And it's not just in the UK that the doom-mongering predictions of the global warming cultists fail to have materialised these past few weeks. According to Yahoo.com, America this week was also bracing itself for another winter storm, another one, with residents in the mountains east of Los Angeles remaining trapped in their homes for at least a week. Around 30,000 homes and businesses in California remained in the dark this week, according to Power Outage US. The National Weather Service warned travellers of disruptions in areas that don't usually see snow. After the latest round of wintry springtime weather, the average water equivalent in the snowpack covering California's mountains ranged between 40 and 46 inches, which is double what the area typically sees at this time of year. Quote, "We have had the snowiest October through February going back to 1970, said Andrew Schwartz, lead scientist and manager at the Snow Lab, according to USA Today. Quote, "This is our third largest snowfall year on record. Third largest snowfall year on record in the last 3 decades, Schwartz said. According to USA Today, Minneapolis saw several inches of accumulating snow on Thursday and Friday. Snow is expected to persist across northern Michigan for most of Monday before rolling into the interior northeast. Quote, "I feel like I'm never going to get out," one resident stranded in the Californian snow told USA Today. In Southern California, residents and visitors resorted to writing out SOS messages in the snow as they have been trapped for more than a week. Help us! Help, yes, that's one of the common 4-letter words people use when they realise how foolish they were to believe all those global warming predictions and promises about never seeing snow again. Help! The Beatles even turned it into a song.